Michael Fuljenz joins us. He's a numismatist, a coin expert. He's also the author of 4 books on rare coins. Welcome to Money News, Michael.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Standard Chartered predicts that gold will more than triple to $5,000 an ounce because of a lack of supply, while hedge fund manager John Paulson has said gold could hit $4,000 in the next 3 to 5 years. Where do you see gold in that time frame, and on what factors do you base your forecast?
Well, I can see gold increasing 10 to 30% a year over the next couple of years for some of those same reasons. I mean, we have a debt in this country, but we have debt issues in countries across the world. When you look at not only the PIGS, Portugal, Ireland, Greece, Spain, you look at the United States, Japan, tremendous debt which is hurting the value of their currency. You also have an increasing demand for gold, especially in India and China. And with the advent of ETFs in 2003, those who maybe did not want to hold the physical metal can now invest in paper metal, and that's been part of the boom in gold is when ETFs came along in 2003.
What does the end of the Fed's quantitative easing mean for gold?
Well, I think QE1 and 2 have been very positive for gold because it basically devalues the currency in this country. But the debt, as the debt continues, I think with or without a QE3, we'll continue to see an overall rise in gold. Now, it's not going to be straight up. It's like a roller coaster, but I expect over the next few years a 10 to 30% increase per year.
How will the dollar react when the Fed turns off the printing press, and what happens then to gold?
Well, I think that not doing any more quantitative easing will be positive for our currency, but they're going to have to raise the debt ceiling. They got to get control of debt, and that's just our Congress has not been willing to address that. And I think that's the more important factor to look at than a continued QE1 or 2 or 3.
Lawmakers in some states want gold to be used as legal tender. Can gold be a legitimate currency, or is it just a symbolic overture?
The bills that have been passed in states such as Utah is more symbolic. It does have some tax ramifications that are beneficial to gold holders, but people aren't going to trade a $50 gold American Eagle for $50 when it has $1,500 plus in gold value. I don't see it being traded as a direct currency, but I do see it something that's convertible and will hold value, as it's done since the beginning of time.
Is a return to a gold standard a real possibility, and is it feasible in today's global economy?
Well, you're seeing Steve Forbes call for it, but if we did that, there's probably not enough gold, and gold would have to be revalued very much higher, much like Roosevelt did back in 1933 and 34. And I don't see that coming, but I see just gold as a wealth preservation insurance for your assets to have gold because of the valuation of currency and the supply-demand fundamentals that favor gold as an investment.
The U.S. presidential election is about 18 months away now. How do you see election year politics driving markets, and what does that mean for gold?
Well, I think people have to have confidence that this election cycle, that the politicians that are elected all the way up to the president will take a stand on our budget while not hurting jobs and increasing the economy. I think that the factors that are driving gold, even with a better government and a reduction of debt, the supply-demand factors, concerns about war or political unrest, all the many factors, I think even if the economy improves, gold will continue to perform.
Should gold prices continue to rise as you predict, what related investment options are good choices, like mining stocks, currencies that strengthen when gold rises? Any of those?
Well, the interesting thing about mining stocks is they haven't gone up like gold has the last 5 years. Typically, areas like rare gold coins and mining stocks have outperformed gold in bull markets in gold. That hasn't occurred yet. I do expect if the economy improves, mining stocks and areas like collectible rare gold coins will perform better like they've done in previous gold bull markets.
If you want to sell or buy gold coins and jewelry, what should you know before doing it, and how can you determine the real value of the asset before talking to a buyer or seller?
Well, I think it all starts, whoever you're dealing with, know the dealer or know the gold mining company. You need to see, are they respected, their length of time in business. You want to look at any awards, accreditations. Did they have too much to lose to treat you improperly? And so it all starts with knowing who you're dealing with.
How do you know if a buyer or seller is legitimate, and what should you ask before doing business with a gold seller?
Well, whether you're buying or selling, and trust me, there are people out there buying at 5 or 10 cents on the dollar. I've been published nationally in publications on this, watching out. You want to make sure that they're Better Business Bureau accredited, and it's not just one of these things. The totality is important. You want to make sure that they're an authorized dealer of the two leading grading services, NGC or PCGS. You want to see that they've won awards in their field, both locally and nationally, that shows peer respect for the information they provide to the buyers and sellers. So you look at all of that, and are they used by the leading guidebooks on pricing for their expertise? I'm amazed when people say, well, I got offered this, and I go, well, are they listed in the leading guidebooks as a contributor? They're trusted for their information. Make sure the people you deal with are trusted by other experts in the field.
Do gold sellers need regulation?
There may need to be some licensing because there are a small amount of rogue people out there. What I would hope is that any licensing that's done, like what I've worked with the Texas legislature this year, is done in conjunction with leading coin organizations and experts.
Michael Fuljenz, thanks so much.
You got it. Thank you so much, guys, for having me on. It's been a pleasure, and anything I can do to help, let me know.
And thank you for watching Money News.